Hey friends, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. It is so ironic that this video is very dark and gloomy. I apologize, but it has just been so dark today. It has been raining nonstop, and I think it's gonna be raining for like 24 hours straight, which is, again, so ironic because today's video is all about springtime and sunshine and good vibes. The weather is gonna do what it's gotta do, and we're gonna carry on with this video. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you sort of like a spring bucket list. It's essentially a big list of things that you can do during the springtime that are very cozy vibes, aesthetic, and just embracing the spring season for what it is. If you've been here on the channel before, you'll know that I talk about this quite often. I like doing seasonal bucket lists so that I can really embrace the seasons for what they are. So I'm gonna get right into it, but right before I do, I just wanna let you know that all of the things that I'm gonna mention in today's video, I will be compiling into a very cute and aesthetic bucket list for you, and it's going to be free. The link is gonna be in the description box. It's basically just a Notion template. And if you've never heard of Notion, I do have videos on that as well. But it's basically a really cute bucket list that you can customize. You can add pictures, you can add notes, there's checklists, all of that really cool stuff. I'll put it on the screen so you can see like a preview of it. You can grab that in the description box. Again, it's free. All you have to do is duplicate it once you open the link and you'll have it for yourself. Okay, so I have my phone because I'm literally going to be reading out all of the things that I compiled. The first thing that I have is to visit a farmer's market. I've already done this for the season. It might be your very first time for the year going out to a farmer's market since it's been cold and dreary for quite some time. But yeah, definitely recommend. It's so much fun. It's so cool to support local farmers and just see what they're creating, what they're growing. And it's just all good vibes. It's all about that girl vibes there. The next thing is to have a picnic. I just feel like picnic is just the whole embodiment of spring, and it's just the perfect time to sit outside and have a good meal, maybe from some of the things that you pick up at the farmer's market. The next thing is to treat yourself to flowers. I personally don't do this, and maybe I should, but every time I go to the Trader Joe's, like the local one, there's always a massive stand of flowers, and they're just beautiful. And if you want to treat yourself to something that is, you know, beautiful, definitely treat yourself to some flowers. I think they are also an epitome of spring. Next is to crack the windows open when it's raining. So today would be a perfect example to do that for myself. There's something about hearing the rainfall. I don't know, it's soothing, it's calming, it's relaxing, and I personally love that a lot, especially if I have a book that I can sort of sit on the couch and read. So definitely recommend doing that. Next is to put on some cozy clothing and have a slow morning. This is something that I try to do so often. I really try to prioritize slowness throughout my days, and mornings are my favorite part of the day to do that. So definitely recommend it. I try it and I love it. Next is to try a new iced beverage. I'm a big coffee person, so I'm looking forward to trying a new iced coffee. Maybe get into the season with like, what is it called? Irish cream? Or I don't even know what I'm saying. Just try something new. Try something that you haven't tried before, or maybe there are some new seasonal flavors out there wherever you get your iced coffees or iced beverages, and have fun with it. Look how dark it is. It's so dark. I am so sorry. Anyway, next on the list is to go bird watching. While I was compiling this list, I could literally hear the birds singing and playing outside, and it just prompted this whole entry for me. I just think bird watching can be something that will also slow down your day and bring some peace into your life. And birds are cute. I guess depending on who you are, I think they're kind of cute. Another thing you can do is go bike riding. I haven't owned a bike in a long time, but I remember bike riding so often during the warmer seasons, and it's just the best feeling, getting all of that fresh air and having the wind go through your hair. It's a good time. Another fun thing to do is to play a very light-hearted or, you know, casual sport, such as something that's like volleyball or pickleball. I feel like pickleball is something that is becoming really, really popular these days. So I personally haven't tried pickleball. I kind of want to now since it's getting popular, but I was a big fan of just grabbing my volleyball and heading to the park whenever it was warm out and just casually tossing the ball around with my friends, maybe getting a little competitive. It is a lot of fun, especially when it's warm out. Next is to try making a tart or pie. I specifically put down tart or pie because I feel like those are associated with fruits, and you can really experiment with some ripe fruits. Maybe if you go to the farmer's market and pick up some really fresh fruit. Next is to start planning and setting up your plants for the warm season. This is something that I really got to do like as soon as possible, but I am planning to create like a whole massive garden in the backyard. And so now is the perfect time, the beginning of spring, to start planning. Like, are you going to do potted plants? Are you going to do indoor plants, outdoor plants? Get your seeds. I know my plant friends are probably super excited. I am very excited. Next is to create a spring playlist. I'm not a playlist person, but I know there are a lot of playlist people out there. So definitely make your ideal spring aesthetic playlist. Next is to do a DIY or just purchase a bird feeder. Trust me, if you are easily entertained, if you get yourself a bird feeder, you're gonna be entertained. You'll be looking out the window constantly. It is so much fun to just watch the birds come and eat, and it's kind of rewarding, kind of makes you feel like you're a parent to them. Maybe that's just me though. Next is brunch. I love brunch. As a New Yorker, brunch is part of, you know, the New York identity, and I am definitely a fan of heading out to brunch for whatever occasion, no occasion, just for the funs of it. Definitely do that, especially if you can kind of enjoy your brunch sitting outside and getting fresh air. It's awesome. Next is to watch the sunset. I think it was a couple of days ago I made some homemade spring rolls, and I actually was like, you know, wrapping it up, and I was taking my time enjoying the moment of preparing a meal, and I was just watching the sunset while I was doing it, and it was a very rewarding experience. It gets really beautiful hues during a certain time of the day as well. The next one is to do some spring cleaning. If you are a fan of cleaning, now's the time to do some spring cleaning. I personally feel a lot better when a weight has been lifted off of me, and sometimes spring cleaning does that for me. So if you're about that, then definitely do that as well. Next is to do some camping. I'm a big fan of camping, or glamping technically, because I go on the Getaway house trips, which is a tiny cabin, not necessarily like an actual campsite where you have like a little tiny tent. So either way, whichever one you prefer, definitely go for it. Now that it's a little bit warmer, you can probably take a hike without needing to bundle up if you prefer it that way, or you can just sit by the fire and not feel like you need the fire to warm up, but just enjoy the fire for what it is. Next is to visit a cafe where you can sit outside. Specifically, we're trying to get as much fresh air as possible. We're trying to make up for the cold weather days where we were inside and kind of just breathing the same air for months at a time. And so if you can go to a cafe, get yourself a croissant, get yourself an iced latte, sit outside, people watch, dog watch, animal watch, whatever watch, or just, you know, bring your book with you and have a good old time at a cafe. It's just pure aesthetics right there. Next is to have a charcuterie board party, picnic, or dinner. I know we are all having different comfort levels when it comes to social events, so I would definitely recommend, one, doing the charcuterie board, or cheese and meat board. I don't know what people call it, but just make a board, have fun with it, get it all pretty and stuff. You know, we're trying to embrace the romanticism here. Grab some wine or some sparkling water, and then maybe have a party with it if you have like a small group of friends, or have a dinner party with an even smaller group of friends and family, or just have it as a dinner and just make that one dinner be sort of like a fun special occasion for no reason kind of thing. I am always down to doing stuff like that. That makes me so happy personally. Next is to go on a road trip. Big fan of road trips. I've already done one road trip already, even though it's technically not spring yet, but it is so much fun to just go visit another town, explore the area, check some shops out, try something new to eat. It's just fun. It makes things more exciting, and especially because it's warmer now, you can have the windows down, blast some music, you know, make this into a movie montage. It'll be so much fun. Okay, almost to the end. The next thing is to have a board game or puzzle night. Again, depending on your comfort level when it comes to socializing, you can do this with a friend, you can do this virtually with other people, you can even, you know, have a small little gathering if you want. There's just something really special about putting your phone down and not looking at any electronics. Of course, you know, varies if you're doing this virtual, but just having a board game and just focusing on the board game or focusing on a puzzle makes things super fun, and yeah, it calls for a good occasion. Okay, and the last one, which is my personal very favorite one of the entire list, it is to romanticize the season and make yourself the main character. I think a lot of us kind of feel shy or kind of feel self-conscious whenever we're trying to be that main character, which is something that's up and coming on social media. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, being the main character is basically like putting that confidence in yourself and going about your day-to-day and living life like you're the main character in a movie. Because why not? We should be enjoying our lives and we should be romanticizing our lives. We should find the beauty in small things, even if it's as little as sitting outside at a cafe and eating a croissant, whatever it may be. Be the main character, live it up, and enjoy it. And don't let anybody make you feel like you're silly for doing that, because it shouldn't be that way. We should all be embracing each other's joys, and you should be embracing your own joy. And yeah, just have fun with it. I can't even feel my feet anymore. I was sitting down in one position for so long, I think my foot has fallen asleep. Anyway, that is all for this week's video. It was a shorter video, but I hope it was a lot of fun brainstorming all of these fun and cute ideas for you to do during the springtime. And I hope you have a lot of fun checking things off of your spring bucket list. Again, you can get the free link to the Notion template in my description box. I personally use every single bucket list on my Notion every single season. And I also kind of throw in a bit of notes here and there in the Notion template that I personally use. So if you want some insight on that, you can definitely just check out the template. But that is all for this week's video. Happy spring, and I will talk to you in next week's video.